Hey, it's just with Junius. So, don't go into debt to be an actor. Don't do it. I have a master's of fine arts in theater performance. It's in performance from the University of Southern Miss. And the only reason I went there is because I got a full ride scholarship and I got I got to work in the theater as like an office person or as a front of house manager or in the box office or as a teacher, which was really fun. That's the only reason I went there. It turned out to be a disaster. I barely graduated. That's a long story, but you're most likely you're not going to get a job in a theater, and it's not going to be steady enough to provide you with enough money to live. You're going to have to do something else in all likelihood. You might get lucky. It's very rare for people to get lucky. As in like doing theater full time as an actor and making enough money to survive. And even if I've never been a professional actor. I suppose the most professional I ever was being in grad school. I've never been a full-time actor making my living as an actor, so I've heard it's really hard. But it's, I'm sure it's great, but I can't speak from that experience. I can only speak from the experience of I had a really, really hard time finding a job when I graduated. I graduated during the recession in 2011. That's when I finished undergrad, and it was impossible to find a job. I'm not saying it's necessarily as impossible today, but if you go to grad school, they need to pay for it. But you will pay with your personality. You won't be able to be yourself. You won't be able to curse. You won't be able to... you'll have to be professional at all times because it's a job. And that's boring as hell. If I'm in school and I'm studying acting, I want to be myself. I've made a couple of other videos about this, but you do pay. But you just pay with your personality. You don't get to express yourself and don't get to be yourself. You have to be like tight-lipped and tight-laced, and that's boring to me. But just don't go to theater school. Don't go to theater school. It's not worth it. You'll learn more by doing theater. I did theater that was either very, very low paid or not paid at all. And I learned more from doing that than I did in grad. I did learn a lot from being in grad school, but don't get into debt to be an actor, please.